Kingdom Hearts week continues. Now, I have, I've talked about this a couple of times on the channel, I'm sure. If not, long and short of it is, there's no mystery that I fully believe that there are some series that simply do need to delve more into spin-off games, right? Truly, have a little mini whatever game that doesn't need to be the bee's knees all the time. It is okay to not have a AAA title for every single game related to the franchise, and that's perfectly fine. We do not need, I personally, I don't, by any means necessary, believe that we need to go from 3 right to 4. We didn't, especially when there's so much interesting stuff that could be established, especially when it comes to a character like Yozora. Now, I want to talk more about in a dedicated video, I want to talk more about Yozora, but for now, I simply want to focus on the fact that this in-between time between 3 and 4, like I said in my last video, is probably one of the most ridiculous things we have ever seen from this franchise, and I barely think that we're being dramatic when it comes to, communication from the team and the absolute silence that has fallen over this franchise, right? That's not good. That's usually not much of a good sign, right? If they are doing good and they're just quietly developing the game, that's awesome. But the fact that the only thing that we got in a couple of years is screenshots is not pleasant. That is not a good sign to me. But I hope I'm wrong. I just hope the gut feeling is wrong. Okay? So, that being said, I've explained in a video a while back that I have a beef with this series. I specifically have beef with how Nomura handles how these games are canonized, right? His problem with needing everything to be canon is so bad, right? And this is shown throughout the series in of itself, right? We have all of these different Kingdom Hearts games that people consider to be spin-off titles. Not true. Every single game is a mainline title, right? Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, right? Even though it's not the most it has a great story, don't get me wrong. It's a really good story. That's the only thing that kept me going through that combat system, which I'm sure if I played it now, I might like it a little bit more. But for now, that's the only thing that got me going through that, right? But that's not a spin-off game. Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days, that's not a spin-off game. Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, not a spin-off game. Recoded can be ignored, but it's not a spin-off game, right? This situation got so bad that during the mid-2010s, we got mobile games that were canon. Chi and Union Cross by no means should have been canon games at all. Those should have been spin-off titles that were fun little whatevers to absorb, not absolutely critical information that we needed for the mainline series. That is not good, right? Same with Dark Road. And we almost got the same situation with Missing Link. There's no reason that should have been a mobile game, but part of me is kind of glad that it's not even a thing anymore. I wish we still had something to chew on in terms of Kingdom Hearts content, but I'm glad that we didn't go the mobile route with Missing Link. Hopefully they find something else to do with that story, because there's a lot of interesting concepts in there that I would really like to see in a proper format, right? But even then, that is not a spin-off game, right? It was even so bad to the point where the only reason Sora didn't get introduced into Smash sooner was because Nomura didn't know how to fit Smash into the canon of Kingdom Hearts. It never needed to fit. It never needed to fit. That is a child playing with toys. The only lore that anybody needs to know about Smash as a series, the primary lore is that it is a child in his bedroom playing with toys, with his action figures. That is it. No ifs, ands, or buts. I think Nomura accepted that, but I don't even know at this point. So, here we are with the longest, most silent wait we have ever had for the next Kingdom Hearts game. Okay? And I am fully under the impression... Oh, by the way, Melody of Memories, not a spin-off game. Not a spin-off game. It's a rhythm game, not a spin-off. Canon lore. It's necessary lore, apparently. You could skip it. You could just watch the cutscenes. But for the most part, not a spin-off. So now, here we are. I need actual, genuine spin-off titles. Okay? Because you look at other major Square Enix series, right? You look at Final Fantasy. Oh my god. We have Final Fantasy, I mean, I don't know. It's its own series, but like, you know, Final Fantasy Tactics. You know what I'm saying? That just recently re-released. I can't believe I said recently 3 times. That's funny. But that re-released. We have Dissidia, which we haven't seen in a while, but granted, you know, it still had a real spin-off thing for Final Fantasy as a franchise, you know? World. That old RPG that came out a good couple years ago, probably like almost a decade now, right? Regardless, Final Fantasy has a lot of spin-off titles in regards to every game. That's amazing, right? Because even if Final Fantasy doesn't have like a major release like 16 and 7 Rebirth back to back, we still have Final Fantasy to look forward to. We're always gonna have Final Fantasy 7 or something to look forward to. Even I'm not praising the mobile games or anything like that because I did not play First Fight or whatever, but I'm not gonna sit here and act mad that we got something for Final Fantasy 7 in terms of content on a mobile device. Okay. Dragon Quest, like I said, it's still, even though we're still technically waiting for Dragon Quest 12, we're waiting for anything on Dragon Quest 12, we are still getting a lot of Dragon Quest stuff. We have that other, what is it, Dragon Quest Shadow or Dark or something, whatever it's called, that released not too long ago, or did we get a glimpse? I don't know if it released, I'll be completely honest, I was not keeping up with that. We also got Kingdom Hearts, or Dragon Quest 7 Reimagined coming very soon. I think like within the next month or so. I know it comes out very, very soon, right? It's still getting something. We're still getting major Dragon Quest related stuff. In the meantime, with Kingdom Hearts, nada. And I think we need to buckle down a little bit here, bro. Because spin-off games can be absolutely magical, right? I think, me personally, I was very happy with the outcome of like Hyrule Warriors, right? Age of Calamity, Age of Imprisonment kind of came and went, but at the same time, I'm not mad about that, right? I'm not gonna be mad about more Zelda, especially in a universe that I love so much. I love that realm. I'm so glad that we got 4 games in it. That's awesome. And it makes it feel like the wait in between Zelda games is not nearly as bad. You know what I'm saying? Because at least in between, you know, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, we got Age of Calamity. You know what I'm saying? We got a couple... Did we get some re-releases? I don't remember. In between Tears of the Kingdom and the next major Zelda, we got Echoes of Wisdom, and we got Age of Imprisonment. That's awesome. Where is my Kingdom Hearts Warriors game? They totally could do a situation in which, you know, during a version of the Mark of Mastery exam or some BS. Honestly, the story doesn't need to be great, honestly, but I'm super down for a Warriors game. If it can have a good story, that'd be great. But I would definitely love a situation in which we could come up with little miniature stories to have a Warrior-style game, right? Could you imagine if Recoded was a Warrior-style game instead? Just slowing down thousands upon thousands of Heartless, right? That would be absolutely immaculate. Hey, what about a Kingdom Hearts fighting game? You know what I'm saying? There are so many beloved characters, and these characters are all strong as hell with so many completely unique movesets and weapons that it is an absolute crime that we don't have the opportunity to use them for anything else. I want to be able to fight other characters as Xemnas, as Sayax, as pretty much anybody from Organization 13. I want to be able to use Axel. I want to be able to use the newly, you know, trained up Kairi and utilize her new abilities. This sick-ass version of Sora and Riku, of course. Mickey, Donald, Goofy. I want to see all of their powers in true action, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, with the Disney side, if we want to, or shit, with the Final Fantasy side touched in there, you know what I'm saying? Let's touch in the, you know, our Final Fantasy aspects a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Prime Cloud is in there. We could utilize Aerith, Tifa, whatever. Maybe, I don't know about Tifa. But Leon, right? Yuffie. These are characters available here, you know what I'm saying? Sephiroth. That'd be a lot of fun. People would look into that. I feel like they underestimate how many people would definitely mess with some kind of a Kingdom Hearts fighting game, right? Especially with characters being available to us. The only time we're able to play as a majority of these other characters was in 358 over 2 days, when all of them were available for like individual mission stuff, right? They weren't even available for main story. You were only playing as Roxas and Xion in main story. That was it, right? Let's utilize our characters a little bit more here, right? These are beloved characters. Let's give them something to do. Maybe even, this one might be stretching it a little bit, right? But I could even definitely see a nonsensical situation in which they utilize all the information that they gathered from, like, Data Sora in Remind. And maybe we could utilize that as its own little something, right? Like, they gather that information and they utilize that and have that little version of Sora going to different Final Fantasy worlds and seeing what, you know, that Sora could do to help out those individuals too. You know what I'm saying, right? And turn that into like a turn-based RPG. That could be something. I don't know, because I would love, again, you know, I'm sure I'm going to talk about this in a video soon. I would love, again, for Kingdom Hearts to tap more into its Final Fantasy roots and include them even more, because the only time we even saw Final Fantasy characters in Kingdom Hearts 3 was in the DLC for Remind, right? So I would love a spin-off, nonsensical situation in which they would utilize Data Sora, have him go to different Final Fantasy realms, and have him help in situations in which Heartless or Nobodies or whatever digital versions of them have taken over those realms, and he helps, you know, those characters and stuff like that, and we just have like just a fun little thing. Again, I'm reaching with that one 100%, but I would love to see a turn-based version of Kingdom Hearts. Like, I would love to see how they could make that work, because I feel like that would be a lot of fun, right? And next to that, you know, I think the thing that they wanted to do with Missing Link was not only have it so that we had something consistently giving us primary, like, story updates and things like that, but we were supposed to have the most sense of community that we've ever had for a second time with Missing Link, right? Because we kind of had that a little bit with Union Cross, despite its flaws. You know, it brought a lot of people together. A lot of people were playing that game and like battling each other or working together on like missions and stuff like that, creating factions and leagues or guilds, whatever. I forgot what they were. It's been such a long time. Wow. But I really do like that they were kind of going for that with Missing Link. I definitely think that we could have a situation in which we utilize that idea, that aspect, and make that into a full-fledged, like, multiplayer spin-off title for the Kingdom Hearts franchise, right? Because we've been talking for a long time now about how we definitely could see a future or a realistic vision in which Kingdom Hearts Union Cross or something like that was a actual, like, if need be, like a free-to-play live service type multiplayer game that was very reminiscent of Union Cross, you know what I'm saying, like of the original ideas there. But now, you know, we're actively moving around like it's Kingdom Hearts 3. We have other people beside us. We're going on little missions here and there with each other to, you know, beat these like super strong Heartless or whatever that you actually would not be able to defeat alone and things like that. You know, the medal system that was introduced, or not the medal system, the trophy system that was introduced in Missing Link would be really, really neat way to utilize power-ups and things like that. We could be getting cosmetics throughout the entirety of the franchise and stuff like that. And this, again, it could be a completely nonsensical thing. Like, this could be a data version of everything. I don't know. Like I said, I mean, I just kind of hopped into this video without thinking too much about it, because if I thought too much about it, I'd be here forever, bro. But regardless, the idea here is that if we had some kind of multiplayer game to hold us over with, you know, consistent content calling back to prior Kingdom Hearts games and things like that, giving us little cosmetics to pull from and unlock, little passes for us to like fight for, like little titles, and things like that in reference to all the characters and primary things that happen in the story, or like whatever, just something. I think I'd be okay with that too. Hell, give me honestly, a Kingdom Hearts racing game wouldn't even be all that out there for me either at this point. You know what I'm saying? Because the way that they introduced the armor in Birth by Sleep was one of the sickest things we've ever seen, right? And we see them riding on their Keyblades as vehicles. You know, Ventus was riding on his like a hoverboard. Are you kidding me? That's raw as hell. So at this point, why the hell not? It's not like you didn't have a racing minigame in Birth by Sleep beforehand. We may as well introduce some kind of situation in which we can get these characters in unique armor and have us racing around different Disney worlds and stuff like that. I think that would be perfectly fun. It'd be stupid, it'd be dumb, it'd be good fun. You know what I'm saying? Well, this era of gaming, it'd probably be $70, and that would be absolutely unacceptable. But for the most part, at least it'd be something. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Call me weird for all of my suggestions here, but I'm just at the point where just something would make sense. We need some form of holdover because the one that we were guaranteed is gone. I wasn't even looking forward to it that much. There was a lot of aspects that were neat, but I wasn't like, oh, like I need to have my hands on this game. Like, no, I was kind of like, all right, well, let me see what this game brings. And it brought nothing. It gave us literally nothing. So I'm like, all right, that's fun. So I don't know. It's a weird situation, and I don't know how to feel about it yet. But as of right now, I think we need spin-offs, and I don't think we're going to get them. But hey, you know what? Maybe that's just me. So that just about does it for this one. This one was definitely a little bit more of a ramble, but one that I felt I needed to talk about because there's no reason that we don't have just more miniature AA games in the space in general, not just with Kingdom Hearts. You know what I'm saying? So we should be delving into that more with other games too. But we'll talk about that for other games when we get to that. So for now, I'm passing the mic over in your direction, and I want you guys to tell me everything that you're thinking in the comment section below. Do you agree that Kingdom Hearts could utilize some spin-off games to really help with the drought? You know, have some kind of Kingdom Hearts something just to hold you over, to tide you over, something to chew on until we inevitably get Kingdom Hearts 4 or whatever they end up doing with that? Or am I being dramatic? We don't need any spin-offs. It doesn't need to be anything serious, and we could just wait for the next mainline game because that's what we want primarily anyway. Tell me everything that you guys are thinking in the comment section below, because you know for a fact that I'm always going to be down there with you guys. But with that, it does appear to be skedaddle o'clock, so I'm gonna go ahead and do just that. I'd like to thank you guys ever so much for watching. I truly do hope you enjoyed. Do me the greatest favor of dropping a like and a comment, and consider subscribing for more content just like this here. And with that, I'm gone. So thanks again, hope you enjoyed, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Do me the greatest favor of taking good ass care, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!
Doing donuts in a bin. I stay funky. Battle goes wherever I am. I stay funky. I don't know who's ready to spit. Just know you're going down with my 58 clips. I stay funky. Honey's taking back to the crib. I stay funky. Get the club popped off like pain. I stay funky. I don't know.